So, I introduce to you Hadassah DeJack and Hillary Benton. Would you like me to bring the light up? You think I should?
Yes.
Okay.
Hadassah DeJack, and I'm going to tell you the story of how we found Torah in Warsaw, Poland. So it's been almost 1 year since we returned from our Holocaust trip in Europe, and we found the Torah in an antique shop in Warsaw, Poland. It's by chance that we found this shop, and it was a strange mixture of Nazi memorabilia and Judaica. I remember speaking with the shopkeeper, and she told me quietly that she didn't know much about her family's story, but they had hidden Jews during the Holocaust. Her grandparents had hidden Jews during the Holocaust. She also told me they had acquired a Torah scroll a few months prior, and she asked if I'd like to see it. Of course I did. The scroll was kind of hidden in the window, and she pulled it out. We opened up the parchment. I touched it, and anyway, who knows, I cried. She told me that a man had found the Torah scroll hidden in a wall, and he had had it for years, but had fallen upon hard times, and he separated it and sold a fragment of it to the antique dealer and kept the rest for himself. As much as I wanted to buy this Torah scroll, I did not have the 4,000 zlotys, which is equivalent to about $1,500 American dollars, to purchase the scroll. Even when they decreased the price to $1,300, I still didn't have that much. See how important it was to me. My amazing classmates offered to buy this for me as a graduation gift. And as much as I wanted it, I was uncomfortable accepting that as a gift. And we left the shop that night, and we didn't have the scroll. I didn't sleep well that evening. And the next morning, we were on a bus to Treblinka, and we devised a plan to pull our zlotys and to bring this scroll back to the United States and to dedicate it to Westchester University. Over the next few hours, nothing short of a miracle ensued, because we were able to pull enough money together to get the scroll and make the shopkeeper stay open late. It was Sunday, and it usually closed early on Sunday. They stayed open late for us. So that night, when we returned from Treblinka, a very emotional trip, we were driving straight to an antique shop to purchase this Torah scroll. When we were leaving, the shopkeeper told me, as a Gentile, he couldn't truly appreciate the significance of the Torah scroll, but he was glad that it was going back to the Jewish people where it belonged. He hugged me, and we left. The Torah is a handwritten document. It's written on parchment, and it's comprised of the 5 books of Moses, and it's Judaism's holiest text. The section that we have is Bereshit, or better known as Genesis. It's 5 panels and about 9 feet long when it's fully open. Although a partial Torah scroll can never be restored to its original level of being kosher, the Conservation Center at Historic Artifacts in Philadelphia was able to clean the parchment, remove the mold, re-sew the seams, and ensure the long-term survival of this religious document. During the Holocaust, the Nazis murdered more than 6 million Jews and destroyed synagogues, religious artifacts, and texts. Some Jews were able to survive the Holocaust because the brave efforts of individuals who hid them were successful. Sadly, many were eventually discovered and murdered. Torah scrolls were also hidden during the war, and like the Jewish people, most did not survive. The Torah that is here today tells the story of the Jewish people. The restoration of this Torah could not repair the ragged edges, remove the stain, or make the fragment whole again. But this fragment is a powerful symbolic message. Just like the Jewish people whose families were dismantled and destroyed by the Nazi regime, the Torah was dismantled, never to be whole again. However, it's nearly impossible to restore conditions, just like the Jewish people. The scars of this Torah are a reminder of the fragility of life, the
celebrations as congregants marked the holiday by dancing with and around their synagogue. And wouldn't speak of Warsaw's Jews, rounded up, forced into a ghetto, and ultimately deported, never to be seen again. Though we don't know, and probably never will, the definitive life cycle of this scroll, we know someone had the foresight to hide it, protect it, and save it from almost certain destruction. If only its people were as fortunate. This experience has been truly inspirational. I have witnessed the passion and commitment of a small but dedicated group of students who have devoted their lives to studying and trying
great name is blessed forever and to all eternity. Blessed and praised, glorified and exalted, extolled and honored, adored and lauded be the name of the Holy One. Blessed be he beyond all the blessings and hymns, praises and consolations that are ever spoken in the world, and say, Amen. May there be abundant peace from heaven and life for us and for all Israel, and say, Amen. He who creates peace in his celestial heights, may he create peace for us